What's going on? What's going on? I ain't gonna keep y'all long tonight. I know we got a lot of good things going on. We got uh, I think part of the NFL draft is going on. You got NBA games going on. There's a whole lot going on tonight. So I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. But once again, I'm YouTube Finest, chilling with Unc. Tonight's topic is going to be about uh, Heartless. Heartless. Now, a lot of us are aware. Let me put this up, y'all can see me. A lot of us are aware of how heartless people can be, and at times how heartless people are. And this is actually a continuation to one of my other story times that I did about uh, being a victim or being a victor. Be a victim or a victor. And I say that to say this. It's been it's so much going on out here. Like I see so many people like in relationships and in situations where uh they 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 feel like they have to be in a situation. Like, okay, for example, I see I've seen females stay with guys, and they know that they're not being faithful, for example, not being loyal or honest or whatever. But and some guys just be straight up just cold, just cold, and it's like no hiding it. And it's one thing if you don't know what's going on, because there's a lot of guys that's sneaky, a lot of females that's sneaky, running in behind your back, doing everything under the sun. It's a lot of that. But then on the other end, you have some people that are so bold that they they feel like it's okay just to just to treat a person like purity crap, and that's called heartless. It's just being heartless. And one of the things I'm gonna give you, I didn't get my Bible. Usually, I try to put a Bible verse um, on it, but I'm gonna tell you what this says. This says about heartless. It says, let me see. Their words will be cruel and wait a minute, I lost my spot. Wait a minute. Their words will be cruel, and they will have no self-control or pity. So that's being cruel and have no self-control or pity. So that's a person that really don't care how you feel about what they're doing and how they acting. So at that point, you got to care enough about yourself to know or to feel like, I'm not going to put up with that. Welcome in. I'm seeing people coming in. Hello, hello. I can't see y'all names yet, but welcome in, everybody. Um, like I'm saying, I'm talking about heartless tonight. Like, and what made me think about this subject or want to talk about is, like I said, a lot of things is experiences, things that I've seen, from people. Um, that's it's just wrong, messed up. So I said tonight I'm going to talk about it. Okay. So what I was saying is sometimes um, in relations to one of my other videos, like I said before, being a victim or be a victor. In continuation, sometimes uh, you know about what's going on and how somebody is treating you, and you stay into that situation, and at that point, you're not a victim. You know they're being cruel, they're being heartless, and you still choose to stay in that situation. Like, you really can't blame nobody if that's what you choose to do, but some people out here, like, they're so cruel and mean hearted. Like, if you don't do something about it to make yourself feel better as a human being, then it's just going to continue on. It's just going to continue on. So um, I'm going to give y'all a couple of examples of some things that I've seen, like, growing up. um, I've seen a guy take a girl, well, supposed to be taking the girl out on a date. It was supposed to be like a double date. And this guy orders himself something to eat. And the girl just sit there, like, I guess, waiting. You could tell she was a younger girl, because an older woman probably would have had some words. But she just sit there and waited for him to, order her something, and he didn't. He sit there and he ate his food, and then whatever crumbs or whatever he ain't like, he went and slid the plate over to her. And you know, like, that's kind of cold to me. Like, and I wanted to do something, like, I don't believe in stuff like that, but the person I was with don't play that type of stuff. Well, she didn't play that type of stuff. She would feel like, I'm overstepping, or something like that. So it would have brought confusion in my situation. So, I just had to let it go. But eventually, I had to talk with him. I was like, yo, man, that wasn't cool. Like, that wasn't right. He was like, he didn't care. He didn't care. And what make it so bad, like, she was bothered about it at the moment, but then she still went on back home with him, and whatever's whatever. Like, it wasn't nothing. Like, I just, a lot of stuff that, a lot of stuff, it's not funny. It's not funny, but a lot of stuff is just, I just didn't understand, like, why somebody would put themselves in that situation and just stick around in a situation like that, when, you know, and the thing is, it's not about what you look like. You know, a lot of people don't have confidence in themselves, so they just put up with anything. But then, like, that young lady that I saw, like, she was not a bad looking girl. Like, you know, like, she could have probably, picked up any other guy, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. And I still don't understand, and I'm not judging nobody, because, I mean, your heart wants what it wants, but the thing is, when it's all said and done, you have to know your worth. You have to know your worth. And you have to realize, like, I'm bigger than this, I'm better than this, So that's why today, I decided to talk about it. But then on the other hand, I've seen on the opposite side where, you know, the woman was was mean and disrespectful and fighting on a man, and he just kept loving her and loving her and loving her. Like, you know, I think in a sense people feel like they can change a person, they can change them, and they can improve them, and things is going to get better after a while or whatever like that. But you know, for a person, myself, that has been through heartache and heartbreak, like, it's a terrible thing to be in something and to be constantly be hurt time after time after time after time. And it just comes a point in your life where you have to make a stand. You have to want better for yourself, you know. But as long as you stay in it, they're going to continue on to do the things that they do. They're going to continue on to say the things that they say, the mean things, disrespectful things, embarrassing you in the street. As long as you don't, as long as you allow it, it's going to keep going. It's going to keep happening. And like I say, one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel is, like I said, for a long time, I've been wanting to kind of tell my story and kind of help people, prevent some of the mistakes that I made in my life. And I've been a fool. I've been a fool for love before. I ain't lived no perfect life or nothing like that. Like I've been through some stuff. Like I'm still scarred from some of the stuff that I've been through. But you know, you can't sit in it because eventually, yeah, you keep letting it slide and slide and slide. Eventually, all of that's gonna build up, and it's gonna be a super crazy bad explosion, and it could lead to you harming somebody, somebody harming you, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth it because it's somebody out here that's going to think enough of you to say, I respect him or I respect her. I'm going to be ride or die for him or her, whatever your situation is, and you don't have to put up with somebody showing you disrespect and just being heartless. Straight up. You don't have to put up with that. You know, like I said, and it don't matter what you look like because I've seen people that, you can look at from your point of view, you look at them and you figure like a person that look like them, like why is they in that type of situation? Looks don't have anything to do with it because like previous videos I've said, like it do not matter. Like look at celebrities. You see celebrities like how many celebrities you see almost every day um, getting divorced, being cheated on, being disrespected, putting up with nonsense. We are human beings, but you have to know your limitations. You gotta know your line, your bottom line. Like what you're gonna put up with, what you're gonna deal with, and what you're not gonna deal with. What you're gonna accept and what you're not gonna accept. And my advice to you is to they say treat a person how you want to be treated, and that's fine. That's fine. But if they're not giving you what you're giving them, then pretty much you're pouring water into a cup with a hole in it. Basically, you defeating the purpose. So you invest in all of yourself and your time and your energy into somebody, and you're not getting anything back. One thing I learned, this is where I'm at in my life right now. And this, as far as relationships, friendships, whatever, I'm to the point right now where I deserve X amount. Like I'm the type of person I love you with my whole heart, with my whole heart. Like I'm 100% in. I don't care whatever relationship it is. I don't care if it's brother and sister, whatever. I'm gonna love you 100% with my whole heart. But here's the thing: if I see that my efforts to you is not appreciated, and all you giving me is the bare minimum, I'm giving you all of this, and you giving me that. What I have learned is stop giving all of this. And you need to reduce to that. And I promise you, when you reduce to that, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel better about everything because you're no longer giving 90% or 100% of your energy and your time investing yourself into somebody, and they just giving you the bare minimum. Like it don't balance. It don't balance. You're the one that's going to be drained, frustrated, hurt, disappointed, the whole 9 yards. And they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine, full of energy, because they always know that they can lean in on you, depend on you, drain your battery anytime they want to. No. And it was, it took me a long time to learn this. It took me a long time. It took me a lot of hurt to learn this. But at this point, um, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it anymore. If you're not giving me what I'm giving you, then hey, whatever, whatever. I love you, but I love you from a distance, and it is what it is, you know, and it don't matter whether it's a relationship, uh, a friendship, even a job, even a job. And I mentioned this in other videos. I worked a job, like any job that I work, I give my all, 100%. I'm all in. I never believed in, and there ain't no judgment towards nobody else, but me personally, I never believed in job hopping. Even at times where I felt like I should have been getting a little bit more money than what I was getting. Matter of fact, I could give you an example. I worked a job where I was getting paid X amount of dollars, and a young dude came in, was a friend of the boss's, and he was a cool dude, real cool dude. I trained him, I taught him everything. And one thing the job says, and a lot of jobs say this, they don't want you to talk about your salaries. If you talk about your salaries, you can be fired. Yeah, right. I see why. Well, I got to know this young guy, you know, and he was a real cool dude. One day, he didn't care. He got to talking to me about the salary, about his salary. And when he started talking to me about his salary, I realized his salary was $2 more than my salary. And I had been there at that point for like 5 years. And I trained him. He didn't know nothing. I trained him on everything. And he was making $2 more than me. Now, I didn't tell him how much I was making because, he was, affiliated with the boss, and I didn't want nothing to come back to me, and I wound up losing my job. But I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of hot. I was kind of hot about that. Like, you mean to tell me I'm in here breaking my back, coming in on my off days when people call out, like I was that type of guy. And you bring somebody in that's basically fresh out of high school, have me train them, and you start them off with $2 an hour more than me. Like, I felt some kind of way about it, but even with that, even then, I didn't quit. I put up with it. I dealt with it. I was like, well, I took it. Like now, with my mentality now, if something like that would have happened, this was in my younger years, probably about 25 years ago, something like that. But now, the way I feel now, and after the learning and growing that I've experienced, I would have quit that sucker the same day. That's how I feel now, and it's messed up because you have to think about, hey, you still have bills and stuff like that. Like, you ain't got time to be quitting no jobs or whatever like that. But now I don't have a whole lot of patience when it come down to things like, I know my worth, I know my value, and if you don't appreciate it, or you don't, want to treat me like I feel like you should be treating me, then hey, I walk. I walk. And it took a lot for me to get to that point, because for years of my life, I was a stepping stone. Everybody's stepping on me. See, one thing about being a Christian, people get it confused. You know, God wants you to be kind and nice to people, okay? But God don't want you to be no fool. He don't want you to be sitting and letting people just using you and taking advantage of you and the whole 9 yards. And guess what? Some people, because they know you are a Christian or you trying to do the best that you can to be a Christian. Because I ain't gonna say that I'm no holy roly or nothing like that. I do the best that I can. But being that type of person, people use you as a target. They feel like, okay, well, I can go in and get over on him. He ain't gonna do nothing. And guess what? For a lot of years, I didn't. I forgave him, and it's okay, it's all right. But from personal experience, it get played out. It get played out. You get tired, and you get to the point where you say, you know what? Not me. And that's where I'm at now. Not me. But you know what happens? I'm gonna tell you what happens when you finally decide to stand up for yourself. They leave. All of the people that you thought was ride or die, they gone. When people realize they can't use you no more, then that's when you find out who your true friends was. Because if they was true ride or die friends, it don't matter if you say no. They gonna be your friend. They gonna understand that you just don't have it at that point. But they should be grateful because so many years and before, like, you was always there, you was always looking out for them, you was always helping them, so they should be grateful. But if they so easily to walk away from you, then you really know that they was using you. And don't go back getting them, don't go back digging in the trash can looking for them, because you know it was garbage. It was a garbage friendship. A lot of times people go back, oh, I miss my friend. That ain't no friend. That ain't no friend. That was a user. And some people is good at what they do. But guess what? On the other end, some people is good at what they do by allowing people to use them. Just because they want to have a friend, just because they want to have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, they just put up with any old thing. Mm-mm. No, no. Listen, life is short. There's somebody out here, like I said before, that's going to love you, that's going to respect you, that's going to appreciate you, that's going to try to help lift you up, encourage you to be the best you. And that's the one you go for. That's the one you look for. Oh, excuse me. I still got had to use this old phone, so if the quality ain't that good, please forgive me. We had a storm through here a few days ago, and it took out my phone, took out my good phone. So until I get that fixed, I got to deal with this one that I have here. So, but I'm okay with it. It's going to serve the purpose for the time being. But let me look on here real quick and see. Like I said, I ain't gonna keep y'all too long because there's a lot of stuff going on tonight. I didn't even know. That go to tell you, I don't even keep up with the sports the way that I used to. I didn't even know the draft, NBA draft and stuff. NBA draft, NFL draft, and well, I know the playoffs is going on. I kind of keep up with that a little bit, but the draft, NFL draft, and all that stuff was going on. And but I try to go on to slip in and get some time in with y'all. And I really ain't had no plan to do no live tonight, but I I seen a situation today where inside the store where this guy was talking to his woman all any old kind of way, and she just had her head down, like, Back in the day, before I learned my lesson, back in the day, if we saw a female like being abused, getting beat on, like we ain't play that type of stuff. Like we didn't play that. Like we'd just jump in, but I had to find out the hard way. Like, stay out of people's business. Stay out of people's business because I've seen it too many times. Too many times. Especially close hand, like in family, where you're going to do all of that, and then they'll be mad at you and be back together. Now you trying to be the hero that went and jumped in somebody's business, and now they mad at you. I don't do all that no more. You know what? The best I can do for you is call the police. That's what their job is. If I see you getting beat up, I will call 911 for you. Let them come and interfere in it. I don't get in people's business. I done seen people get hurt jumping in. Matter of fact, I can go a step beyond. I saw a guy jump in to help a female that was being beat. And the female took a bottle and bust him upside his head. So now he leaking, and they rolling off in La La Land. No, I don't do that no more. I don't do that no more. Like I said, I call the police for you. You know, I ain't even gonna sit around and be no witness neither. Sir, did you see anything? I ain't seen nothing. I was up here. I was up the street. I ain't seen nothing. Because that can come back on you also. But anyway, I'm getting off the topic. But anyway, like I said, I ain't gonna stay long. But listen, understand that God put you on this earth, and when He created you to be who you are, special. So don't ever think that you're not good enough to be loved, to be honored, to be appreciated. Don't never think that about yourself. I don't care how much you don't like how you look, how you might want to feel like you want to change yourself. I've been through all that too. Like, I mean, I've been through the point in my life where I felt like, I didn't look as good as somebody else and this and that and the other. I don't care no more. I don't. And I realize I apologize. I got to go and get myself together, but I'll get it. But I don't care about what nobody else think about me anymore. I care about what I think about me. And that's what's important. You know, when you go get your hair done, get your nails done, or fellas, y'all go to get your hair done, whatever the situation is, you do it for you. You do it for you because, you want to feel good about yourself. You know, it's not about, it shouldn't be about anyway, and impressing somebody else or doing what somebody else uh, um, like, or you getting yourself together because some man say, oh, you look better this way or that way. It's not about them, it's about you. So what you do for yourself, how you fix yourself up or whatever, is for your benefit. And it's to make you feel good about yourself. Because as long as you live your life trying to please somebody else, hey, who knows? You may look up and they still might walk away. And then what you gonna do then? You've been fixing yourself and having yourself set a certain way, trying to please them, and that they done walked away. So whatever you do it for yourself. And understand that these people out here, there's a lot of people out here that really don't care. They really don't care. And you got to care about yourself to know that, you know, I'm not putting up with, you know, people that don't care enough about me, because I care about me. So that's what's important. Let me see. But it's a difference. It's a difference. Being a victim and being a victor. I'm gonna say this, and then I'm about to wrap it up. But listen, you're not a victim if you're in a situation and somebody is treating you like purity garbage and you stay in it. Now, if you're in a situation and somebody's doing stuff behind your back, you don't know about it or whatever like that, it's different. It's different. But if you find out about it and you choose to stay in that, then you're not a victim anymore. You deserve to, like I said, to be treated with respect, dignity, honor, just the way God created you. He created you so that you can be uh, treated, you know, in a good kind of way. I can't think of the word that I had in my mind, but just understand that love yourself, love yourself more than you expect somebody else to love you. Love yourself, no matter who you are, how you look, no matter what your gender is, whatever the situation is. Love yourself. Self-love is very important, and a lot of people in this world is missing that. That's why it's so easy for people to be running around here being cruel and being uh, mean. And let me see. And being heartless. I'll be drawing a blank sometimes. I apologize. Being heartless. They can't be heartless to you if you don't allow it. So don't allow people to treat you like no crap because you don't deserve all that. Somebody gonna love you for you. Somebody gonna appreciate you and value you. That's the person that you go with. I don't care. Oh, but he cute. That don't mean nothing. So what? He cute. He cute to you and he cute to other people too. But he ain't respecting you. So what's cute? You ain't being respected. Talking to you in any kind of way, embarrassing you in the streets. Sometimes even putting his hands on you. The same way with men. Like it ain't just women that go through abuse like that. It's men too. I'm gonna end it like this. Just love yourself. First of all, this. Know that God loves you and that He want the best for you. Okay? That's number one. Number two, know your worth. Know that you have value. Every day that you wake up and you here on this earth, God got a purpose and a plan for you. And it's not for you to be abused, battered, treated like garbage or crap. That is not the purpose that God got for you. So don't put up with that nonsense like that. I don't care how cute he might be or she might be. Don't put up with that mess. Let them go on with that cute stuff with somebody that's willing to put up with that nonsense. You better than that. And you worth more than that. So that's all I got. I just wanted to touch up with that. Like I thought about some things from the past that I saw and it came back to me. Then I saw that situation today in the market. Well, at the market in the parking lot. I said, you know what? Let me talk about this. Let me talk about this. Because it's too many. It's too many people that's in these situations like this. And It's not healthy. It's not healthy for you. So anyway, but before I start talking on again, because hey, listen, let me tell y'all something. Sometimes I can talk and I just go on, and before I know it, I'm talking about the next story. And I've been called on it here in my household here. I've been called on to say, I was told, "Hey, you was supposed to got off like a whole half an hour ago, and you done went back and started talking about something else." I ain't gonna do that, so I'm gonna cut it short. But I'm gonna get on up out of here. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate y'all checking out my videos. I appreciate the you subscribing to my channel. I appreciate the new subscribers. I appreciate the comments that I get, all the love that I get. I appreciate it. I love y'all for it. I'm gonna keep on keeping it on. Um, like I said, I didn't plan this live, but this was the last minute. But I thank y'all for coming and joining me anyway with everything that's going on out here. And it's the weekend. Y'all joining in with me. I appreciate it. So that's gonna be it. But till the next time, love, peace, and blessings. And that's period.